Morning folks, this is Daniel Kennedy from Steadfast Construction and Design, currently in the KML attire as I did a check-in this morning. We are at the end of week 7 at our West Brom deal. I say our West Brom deal, it's not mine. We've got the waterboard on site, as you can see. I'll show you a better view of it in a moment, but let's go see what we've been up to. So, the footpath is closed because we're having the water upgraded. So whenever you do a HMO, I highly recommend you get the water upgraded, because most of these old Victorian properties, they have a lead infield and it's not really adequate for a HMO in terms of water volume. So what they do is they cut into the road, they dig a whole big trench on the public pathway, and then as soon as it gets to here, to the property boundary, that is your responsibility. That is where you have to upgrade the water, dig the trench out and run the pipe. Hello sir, how's it going? And then what the water board will do is they will attach you to the road and give you a higher feed, so then you get more water to the property. And now we're entering the property. You've seen this all before. So let me just swing around. We had a bit of a problem. The plaster started to fall off because this Artex wasn't correctly bonded to the wall, so we had to redo that. This week this room has been the focus, so check this out, check the skirting. This was done by the plumber. But you wouldn't know, would you? Boom! Perfect. That's how it should be. And then there you've got the ensuite. So in here has all been plastered. We've got the fans to try and dry it out. And then we'll have the aquaboards. So next week as well, we've got the more aquaboards coming from China. So we'll see the quality of them. Fingers crossed. And here we have the beginnings of the plant room. So this is going to have a stud wall built around it. As you can see, the pipe work is spot on because our plumber is ace. How you do anything is how you do everything. We've got a lovely tank there, and that will feed the water. This is an unvented cylinder system. Why do we opt for these? Because it gives lots of hot water, and because you've increased the feed into the property, you're not going to have issues. The only issue you're ever likely to have is if everyone has a shower for half an hour at the same time. Obviously in separate showers, you might run out of cold water. But with this is going to be very unlikely. So, see this little bit here? This was a window. So because of the flue can't be near any entrance. There's a building reg. I don't really know what it is, nor am I going to find out, but the plumber knows, and so he's rectified it. So we're going to be bordering, plastering. The flue's going to come out through the window because we've got a boiler there. So yeah, it's looking good. So although the client didn't want much doing with the kitchen, it was an absolute abortion. So we have replastered it because we painted it and it looked so awful, mate. So we sort of twisted his arm and we said, let us plaster it. We're here, might as well. We'll do it at cost because we don't want to put our name to something and it to look pants. And that's what we're thinking. Like, you've got to build for all time, not just your time. You want to build assets that last for generations, where you can just touch up. You don't want to do a half-assed job, because this kitchen is going to need to get replaced. This kitchen is going to need to get replaced at some point. It just does. You can't always save everything. So it will last a few more years, but eventually it will get replaced. But now you've got the back of the wall and all the ceiling all plastered. We had to stain block it as well because there was a lot of grease on the kitchen. Ideally, we should have probably boarded it and dropped it a little bit. But hey, it's fine. It will survive and it will last forever now. One point that the gentlemen that are working on the site let me know about is that it's getting colder, so we might need to buy some halogen heaters because the plaster is taking a long time to dry. And the issue is when we're working as fast as we are, we need stuff to be drying quickly. We can't allow that delay. So now, isn't it interesting how much bigger a room feels when you paint the walls white? And when you get like the carpets down, suddenly a small room will feel like the entrance to Narnia. It really makes the rooms a lot bigger. White walls and carpet. So you've got to give the feelings of space. So there you go, nice interesting white wall for you. Right, rather than seeing everything that we've already seen, I'm gonna cut back and we'll go upstairs. I lied. We got a radiator here. Doesn't it look lovely? So we're in this unit. We've got all it is. We've got the materials. And focus has been the kitchen and the plant room this week, getting all the pipe work ready. This has been painted as well. For those of you who haven't noticed, the banister. And then the aqua board should be going on there next week, hopefully. And that's these bad boys. Really give a sense of quality, I feel. Again, there's not really much to be done here. This is going to be a double room. And then all we've got up there are the grippers. That's been done this week. And let me show you this wonderful bathroom. Right, mate, this is just a Decker end panel from Howden's. And how bloody wonderful does it look? It just goes wonderfully with the radiator, the toilet. And these are the premium taps. And then we've got a bit of MDF that we've painted white and more gloss. And then this is going to be the shower. It's a quadrant. And then from the previous job, we had a bit of few materials left over. And these are going to be made the tea station. So, how good is that? So I just want to summarise what has been done, because on here, this job has been astronomical progress. So we had to cut away the top half of the house in terms of the wall. So we took out the floor, cut down all the supporting walls, put steels in and lowered the floor, and then built this whole sort of unit, made it lower. We've insulated all the roof. One thing that, through a process of just being in the right circle, I now know why they did this. So we had 150mm of Jeblite, and then we had 100mm of Celotex over the top. So there were different types, and I was like, wow, that seems really excessive. But it's actually a building reg that you need to cover the, what they're called, trusses. So you have insulation in between the trusses, and then you have insulation on top, because cold can bridge through the gaps, which is really interesting. Now I can purport to say I'm an expert and charge you $9,997 to come on my course to learn. But anyway, it's really good to surround yourself with people who know what they're doing, and just through being around them and speaking and asking questions and being engaging, you will pick up stuff. And before, like the absolute complete amateur that you were a few years ago, you'll develop into somebody who knows what they're doing. So again, I can't recommend this enough to those people. Get yourself a team who has the same culture, similar to us. And if there isn't one, don't bloody complain, create one. That's what I did. And now we've created a real niche company that the market needs. And we're providing great service. This landlord is the first time he's done a HMO, and he's not going to get his pants taken down. And to be fair, we because of my inexperience, I misquoted the job really, quite cheaper than it should have been. Because he's getting a loft conversion, a 6-bed HMO, all ensuite, everything included, just for 60k. It's a back-to-brick rewire, everything is astronomically cheap in comparison to what it should have been. But it's win-win, isn't it? It won't be like that again in the future. So yeah, if you're interested or you want any work done, as I say, we are absolutely fully booked. But if you're willing to wait for a team like this, and I would obviously recommend that you do, drop us a line. I'll come and quote your jobs. As well, we're going to move into more bigger projects, because we've got 2 of our own that are really large projects. So we're going to learn, adjust, test. The lessons we take out from that will enable us to do your big jobs competently without the mistakes that are going to be made on ours, for sure. Because speaking frankly, there are always issues, there are always problems, and there are always mistakes that need to be sorted, changed, plans changed, etc. And I want that to be done on KML's jobs rather than your job. So we'll take that experience moving forward, so you can be secure that you are getting the best return on your investment, because that's what matters really. So this is Daniel Kennedy signing off. Enjoy the remainder of your weekend.